gonna take a whiz real quick before I get going. Alrighty then. Hello everybody. Snake hunt. That's right. Sorry, I just had to release the beast a little bit. Cool. Well, in case y'all didn't see 2 seconds ago, I literally have just pulled into this place. You know, same road as normal. And there was already a cottonmouth on the road. I just sent the video to the Discord. So on the way up here, what's up, George? Hope you're doing good today. Look at the hunt. Thank you. I have already seen a snake, and I literally just drove into the spot I normally do, and I saw something in the road, and I'm like, what is that? Spicy little cottonmouth. I got some video of it, and yeah, so hopefully that's a good sign. It did rain up here today. Seatbelts? No, I'm never gonna put the seatbelt on. Never. I usually drive with the seatbelt on. The only time I don't is when I'm doing stuff like this on back roads, 2 lanes. Ooh, there's a turkey. There's a swamp chicken, and he just ran into the woods. Swamp chicken. Well, I have a feeling that tonight is going to be relatively good because it did rain, and it rained a good portion western part of the state, the Gulf part of the state here. I passed through some places where I'm nowhere near there. No, I know you're not. It did rain a lot up here today in certain parts, not everywhere on the road. Mrs. Frizzle would not be impressed. What, about the turkeys? About which part? Oh, the seatbelts, everyone. I get what you meant. I get what you said. I get it. But I drove through a ton of bugs as well on the way up here. A lot more than the other day. A lot more than, I mean, literally like night and day difference. I mean, the amount of bugs I killed on the way up here, it was a massacre. I had to literally stop and clean off my windshield because I could not clean them off. Not to go to Richland so I could watch the stream. Oh, geez. Well, you didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate that. Hi, Jizzle. I always like saying your name. So yeah, no, on the way up here, I just literally, like, there was a stretch of like 5 miles where I'm like just constantly, like, I'm watching the big giant bugs get flattened on my windshield. And it was kind of weird because, like, it's almost like ooh, was that something right there? I can't tell if that was something or not. It's like the bugs. Let me see. Couldn't tell. Looked like there was something off the side of the road. No, I guess not. I guess I'm just... Oh. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I can see that I was just looking at the most infamous snake of all. Now, no joke. I know that stopping for this seems like a joke. It's not, and most of the time, I can tell the difference between a snake and what's not a snake. This is just a pine needle. Most of the time, it's pretty easy to tell. But I will tell you this much. I have had instances where I have stopped for something that I thought was a pine needle, but I hadn't seen any pine needles in the area. I get out and it was a baby corn snake. So the babies of certain snakes will look very, very close to things like pine needles. So sometimes it's worth it to check it out. I guarantee you there's times where I thought something was a stick and it ended up being a snake. You're pretty close to being right on if you think, but every once in a while you're not, especially if they're small. An animal smaller can be kind of hard to tell. So it is what it is. Got to try it every once in a while. Man, those cicadas are loud. I don't know if you can hear them. Let's see. Can you hear them? Just put down my windows. That sun is bright. It's not that hot. It actually feels really nice and cool out right now. It says it's only 85, but the humidity is up, especially if the snake is small. Exactly. The small snakes look like pieces of twigs. So sometimes it is good to get out. Sometimes, depending on the species, the color, blah, 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 sometimes it's worth it to get out and look at what you think is a stick if it looks just a little off in the road. The car is 85, which is nice. I like it in the 80s. Let me see if you guys can see this. I can turn it around. As you can see, you like my glasses? I got the ones that go over the lens, but I'm wearing long sleeves right now. And this is a DNA Reptile shirt. A buddy of mine made this, but I'm thinking about doing some more through him. But the point is that, let me put these windows up. Yeah, it's 85 right now, and the humidity is up, which is good. I didn't check what the weather is supposed to be doing later, because I don't really think it's going to go down that much. It might go down into the 70s, but that's good. It's been kind of warm, so I'm hoping with it being a little cooler, snakes move a little earlier, and on top of them moving earlier, with the humidity being up because it rained today. Old man shades. I know, like, look at that old man stuff. Boom. But it's just because I don't want to spend money on prescription. Babies are harder to spot, making them less avoidable. Yes, that's very true. It can be very difficult unless you're like, if I'm driving 40 or 50, I can see a snake I can see a snake in the road. I can. Now, will I be able to stop for it? Probably not. Not in time, at least. Or I might be able to avoid it, but I'm not really going to be able to stop. It depends on if there's people behind me, blah, 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 blah. If there's a small snake, like if there's a ringneck snake in the road, a 6-inch or under snake, the chances of me being able to go and look over the entirety of the road, like scanning back and forth, picking it up and being able to stop in time, if it's like right in front, it's very difficult. You usually don't see them unless they're right in front of you. Now, I prefer to cruise at right around 30, because I can stop pretty quickly. I can get out of the way still, and that's usually my happy speed for cruising is around 30. But you know, not everyone. So I know people who cruise at 60 because the only snakes they care about are big snakes. You know, especially like the people down south when they're looking for invasives. The lower you go, the more you see. Yep, I just found a cottonmouth copperhead hybrid exists, and they're gorgeous. Yes, they do. The vipers a lot of them can interbreed. Pro tip: spray paint your glasses. The sun won't bother you. You're right about that. But yes, and there's also they call them Batman. I know Tyler Nolan has one. It's canebrake Eastern Diamondback hybrid, and you know, you can a lot of animals can hybridize that you wouldn't expect to be able to. Batwing, yeah, Batwing, not Batman. You're right about that. Batwing. They're beautiful snakes, and they're thick. They get huge. Gaboon viper. Gambino. Yep. Bloody balls. So blood python and a ball python. Those are a thing. There's a lot of animals like that. I don't know if anyone's tried a corn snake and a rat snake. I don't know if they can. That would be pretty cool if they could. So we're going to go and cruise back and forth on this road for a little bit, because if that cottonmouth is already moving, you know what the funny thing is? Wallington Tasmanian tiger crossbreed, nice. That would be pretty sweet. A gator. gator marsupial. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think with that cottonmouth crossing already, again, and right after it did, there was a car that was coming up, so it probably would have hit that snake if I wasn't on this road. It's one of those instances where if that snake is already moving, because I haven't seen any cottonmouths on this road before. That's actually the first time I've seen one on this particular stretch. I knew they were probably out here, but as I said, it was a very clean snake. It wasn't covered in mud, which means it has been in or near the water or at least washed off recently, which is a good thing. I'm hoping, because a lot of the cottonmouths I've found recently have been covered in muck, in mud. They just got brown all over them, and it's just because they're just living in the swamp. Let's see, should I go down? No, there's gonna be too many people. I'm craving tacos. Nice. Tacos are pretty good. That's true. It's hard not to crave tacos. I mean, I crave tacos too much. That's why I look like I do. Right. I'm pretty hopeful tonight. Tacos are epic. Yes, they are. Also on the way up here, there was steam coming off the roadways in an area where it had rained, which is always a good thing for me. Baking potatoes and asparagus, nice. Nothing wrong with I love potatoes and asparagus. I mean, I love asparagus. I love Brussels sprouts. I love all those vegetables, even though they're literally like, I mean, well, no, asparagus isn't Brussels sprouts, but Brussels sprouts are just part of the wild. I thought you were just driving into the swamp there for a second. I wish this thing could go off-road like that. I wish. Got a favorite snake species? Maybe 3. My favorite snake species, it's a close between eastern diamondbacks and indigo snakes. Of course, I'm doing baked potatoes with hot sauce, goat cheese, bacon crumble, and green onion. Oh, you're a fancy type. I see how it is. Join the Discord if you haven't already done so. Nice. Thanks for adding emojis. I appreciate that. You're so much better than that than I am. I do appreciate that. No, I'd say between eastern diamondbacks and indigos. The thing is that I think that if I found an indigo and like actually got to deal with one in the wild, I probably would lean closer to indigo, but I haven't yet. But I've dealt with plenty of eastern diamondbacks, and I just love them. They're just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, because when you deal with an eastern diamondback, like a wild animal, you come across it, you'll just, they're massive. They're a lot bigger than you expect them to be. They're a lot wider. And then especially if the biggest one I ever came across was about 4.5 feet or so. And when I tell you that they're just intimidating, they're thick, they are loud as loud gets. And like, if you walk up to them, they'll slowly get into these. Wait, have you ever come across a python? Oh, I have an old herping video where I went down to the Everglades and found a few pythons. One of my older herping videos. This was like 3 years ago, something like that, on this channel, but it was like way back. But yes, I have found pythons before. I try to get down to the Everglades multiple times a year, but people think that pythons are all the way through the state, and they're not. I've seen them 10 miles out in the Gulf heading west. Huh. Oh yeah? A python? I bet you have. But, I don't know. People think they go a lot farther north than they actually do. I'm closer to, like, the center part of the state. I'm, like, north central. And, It gets too cold here during the winter, so we don't get pythons, we don't get iguanas. Black spiny tail iguanas are starting to make their way farther north, but not green iguanas. Yeah, diamondbacks. Yep, I've seen diamondbacks swimming out in the Gulf before as well. It's on my bucket list, but I know they're south, like Okie and stuff. Okie. Oh yeah, Okeechobee. Yeah, they're south of Okeechobee. I think Okeechobee is actually too far north for them. But you don't really get them in the cane fields. I mean, you can, but they need particular habitat. What's up, Ron? How you doing? Been a hot minute. We are hopefully gonna get some stuff today. I think there was a crab in the road. Yeah, there's a few little crabs in the road. Yep, I checked before camping. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they there's Florida king snakes out there. Depending on what part of Okeechobee, like the cane fields are like immediately south of there. There's a lot of snakes up there. What's popping? We're just starting to look for snakes. I got a cottonmouth right before stream. We'll come down Treasure Coast, and I've come across one by accident. Thanks for. I'm down in the Treasure Coast. Treasure Coast. What would that be? I'm trying to remember what Treasure Coast is. On the south. Where is the Treasure Coast? God, I'm trying to remember which. Why would you? Yeah. Sounds like I don't think. Like when it comes to the amount of gators out there. Oh, I'd never swim in Lake Okeechobee. You got to be kidding me. You're a little braver than most. Bunch of Yankees swimming in Lake Okeechobee. What y'all think you're doing? It was a music festival. They encouraged it. Yeah, and you know what happens at music festivals? Not good stuff. A bunch of dum-dums. Now, at least if they're encouraging you to swim in Lake Okeechobee, the people running that festival had no idea what they're on about. I'm surprised that they told, because like they would be liable. I won 600 on the Devil Rays the other night. I love Tampa. What's wrong with Lake Okeechobee? There's nothing wrong with Lake Okeechobee. The point is that it has a high level of gators per capita. It's like I think it's like 30,000 alligators or something like that. It has a huge number of alligators, a bunch of other stuff. They had a stage and a beach on it. Yeah, and also depending on the time of year it was, swimming in fresh water in Florida from Sebastian down. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, depending on where, or like what time of year it was, encouraged swimming while listening to it, but it was March 4th through 6th. Gotcha. Yeah, March is a little early, so I guess the water was relatively cool. Okay, I can give you that, but like, we wade in Lake Okeechobee for bluegill. I mean, yeah, you can. It's just not the best idea. And if you got a bunch of music goers, you know, people attending a festival, and the festival is encouraging people to swim in the lake, that sounds like a huge liability because there are a ton of alligators and it's a little cool in the air. March is not that bad, but if it happened in like June or July, the water would be warm enough that you'd get, you know, potential for like brain-eating amoebas. You don't swim in fresh water down south during the summers because of the potential for, flesh-eating bacteria and brain-eating amoebas. And I'm not joking about that. Look up a Gocha vessel by Insomniac. But yeah, these people face down everywhere past it. That's not good. They're all at the festivals. They don't care. Is that true, Maddie? Are you partaking? Floridian doesn't know where the Treasure Coast is. I sense a carpetbagger. You take that back. I don't get. Listen. That part of the state barely counts as part of the state. Barely counts as part of the state. Okay. I know where I'm in the Nature Coast right now. I know where the Nature Coast is. I know where the Sun Coast is. I know where the Space Coast is. I just couldn't remember which one the Treasure Coast was, if it was on the east or the west coast. Y'all don't have legal weed. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, I mean, technically we do. They don't care down here. Like, you can get caught with it, and depending on where it is, it's usually just a slap on the wrist. But yeah, if you're like in Pinellas, where I'm from, it's not legal recreationally, but they literally don't care as long as you have under a certain amount. And then it's medical too. And there's dispensaries over. Florida's like 4 major EDM fests. Yeah, I know. I hear about it all too much. There was one in Tampa. Well, I mean, technically it's not legal like recreationally, but no one cares. That's what I'm trying to say. And depending on, oh yeah, you can't bring it from other places. No, but you can get it here, no problem. No one cares. Unless you're in like Polk County, Grady Judd will put you in jail himself. Most cops don't care as long as you're cool. They're usually, yeah, most of the time they don't care. They'd rather go after other things here. It's been that way for a while. It's usually just a slap on the wrist, unless you have like over a certain amount on you. Not that I literally don't. I've never had an issue, but I know people who have. It was legal by the government there. It was legal by the government here. Oh yeah, well, Canada is Canada, you know. They do something, you know, it is what it is. Oh man, he's so cool. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's just not they don't tolerate that type of behavior there. Yeah, Grady's not Polk County is not exactly a loving place for that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh no, I like him. I like him a lot. But you better not have the devil's lettuce on you, because he will get you. There's somebody coming up behind me, of course. All right, who is Grady? Sheriff Grady Judd. If you've been on the internet and you've seen a Florida sheriff talking about like the suspect he just grabbed, and you know, he's like, I was asked, why did we shoot him so many times? Why did we put 46 bullets in him? And I said, that's quite simple. It's because we didn't have any more ammo. Like, that's Grady Judd. He's just one of those no nonsense Florida sheriffs. Yeah, he's a hard on crime sheriff in Florida who will say if you break the law in certain ways, you kind of get what you do. Yeah, exactly. That's him. He just doesn't care. You obey the law in his area. I'm melting into the couch. But yeah, no, it's I mean, I think it's about to be put on the ballot this next in November during the election. I'm pretty sure they're going to vote on legalizing it or not. It'll probably pass. I mean, I don't really care, to be quiet. I mean, it should be legal, but he totally is legal in his force use too. Right? Yeah, he's pretty cool for the most part. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of not excessive but effective. Yeah, no, he definitely, the one thing about him is that he does live in he lives in a very large county. They want to move it to the same schedule as Tylenol and codeine. Yeah, I know they probably should. It's ridiculous otherwise. It's absolutely ridiculous otherwise, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, but if you guys, I mean, obviously all who are commenting for the most part are, if you haven't checked out the Discord yet, the link is in the description below. Hopefully we'll get a snake to cross the road here, you know, as the sun starts to set. As I said, I got a cottonmouth like immediately when I got on this road, so I know that snakes are moving at least a bit. You know, I haven't had a cottonmouth cross during the day in a while. Of course, there's another freaking car coming up behind me. What in the hell? Alright. What is this guy? Oh, this is a different guy. And that, I don't know what license plate that was. That wasn't a Florida plate. think that was like that looked like a Vermont plate almost. And we play a license plate tag here. Well, not tag, but like instead of looking at Christmas lights during the winter, we'll look at how many different types of plates we can see. I've literally seen every state plate there is. That was the FDN. No. Nah. I don't have any reason for them to be looking for you. That's funny because 40% of the plates are all Florida, huh? Really? No, that's funny. Well, there's a reason for that. Because, yeah, the insurance is terrible in Florida. Absolutely horrendous. Like when I first turned 16 and I got my permit and I was on my parents' I was under my parents' insurance, and I had to pay $300 a month as a 16-year-old. And basically, I didn't get my insurance under $250 until I was 24, 25, something like that. And now I finally have it at like 160. And that's the low, and that's after I got married. Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of those things where you get people that move down here or have a house down here, they're snowbirds, whatever the case is, the taxes are cheaper here. So what they end up doing is that they make their license a Florida license, and they get Florida tags, and they get the Florida, so that they don't have to pay their high taxes from whatever state they are from up north. And then people are like, well, all the Florida people are bad drivers. They're all so terrible. Look at all the Florida plates that are doing this stupid stuff. And it's like, bruh, what don't you get about the fact that those people aren't from Florida? It's not like they're Floridians. They're people who move from other places. They get their license plate changed. Yeah, we are technically citizens. Oh, man. Oh, you're not a citizen of the great old USA? A collection bins for needles in the casino bathroom. Oh, geez. Yeah, we got a few casinos down here. We got a bunch of Hard Rocks, and there's one like right at the edge of the Everglades that the Miccosukee Indians have, and yep, it's like right at the edge. Well, right before I went live, I came across a cottonmouth that was crossing the road. And of course, I wasn't live yet, and it tried to get off the road, so I got out and got some video of it and was able to interact with it, and I put it in the Discord. But nothing since, but of course, the sun's starting to set. I wasn't exactly expecting things to go crazy right then, but probably. Never even been in a casino. I don't really have a desire to. Just got home from work, about to get nice. That should be a good time. Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, that's a bit rough. I'd say poor dude, but I don't know what he did to deserve that. I recently went to Vegas for the first time. It was so crazy. I went to Vegas for the first time and the only time in the middle of like the worst part, like when, like, so in 2020, in March, when everything started shutting down. Like when I'm telling you, I went to Vegas round trip for $32 in like mid-March, or the first week of March or whatever it is, when the country shut down, like immediately when everything was shutting down. That's when I went to Vegas. There was nobody in the streets. There was any car you can imagine to rent. It was crazy. It was awesome. But the Hoover Dam was closed. I couldn't go and see the Hoover Dam. Parts of the Grand Canyon were closed. McDonald's in the little town we went to had literally just to get like a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with a hash brown was, or sausage, egg, and cheese muffin, excuse me, not a biscuit. I want to say it was like $16 or $17 just for that. It was crazy. Crazy. Yeah, $32 round trip tickets. Not one way, round trip. It was pretty sweet. But, yeah, that had to take that opportunity. But that was like right when no one knew what was going to happen. I was literally like, I remember listening to a couple podcasts while I was out there because they were talking. That was like when no one knew what was going on with the pandemic, and people were, you know, of course, freaking out. And that was like one of the first times I heard that, oh, the death rates themselves really aren't as bad as people are thinking. And like I was listening to a few interviews by people who were like supposedly in the know, and that's when I was like, okay, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Don't forget the racetrack, bro. What do you mean, the racetrack? What racetrack? Las Vegas Grand Prix. Oh, no, I didn't go there for Vegas. I just flew into Vegas. I did take a picture in front of the Vegas sign and didn't even wait in line. Didn't even have to wait in line. There was no line. There was nobody there. So I don't know what it's like when it's not like that, and I really don't care. Brewers. Well, the Brewers are they're not terrible. They're not terrible. They're a little feisty. They're not terrible. My Rays are just falling apart, and I'm so out of it. Like, I want to watch, but then at the same time, like, they're not going to score anything. They're not going to. No runs are going to come across the plate. Oh, they scored 2 runs. We're going to lose. Like, that's where I'm at right now. Oh, the chances of us coming back are like pretty much not going to happen. And our bullpen can't keep them from scoring. So, like, it's a miracle to win. I don't know how we've won as many games as we have. We're so close to 500 still compared to what we should be. There was like a less than a month ago. The Rays were on fire in recent years. Yeah, I know. It's just all these injuries and just bad choices, and our bullpen has been trash, and then our players won't hit. I don't know. It's just ever since the Wander Franco thing happened, which, again, they keep on extending his paid leave. So it's like, because he actually hasn't had any charges filed against him. From what I understand, there's no charges filed against the dude. So technically, he hasn't done anything like wrong, but then like MLB can also do an investigation. The Dominican Republic is doing their investigation, and it's like, even if they never file charges against him, the chances of him ever coming back are like, I seriously, I put it in like 5% chance that he actually ever comes back. And even then, most of the fans aren't going to like him or aren't going to care. And it sucks because he was the guy. He was finally the career, like he was the once-in-a-lifetime guy who was going to help turn our franchise into something. He was the person that we were going to build everything around. And then he had to diddle a kid. Bro, what in the world were you thinking? And it's not like he did it beforehand. He did it during his time in the second season that he was playing. Oh my God. Yeah, but Arozarena has been getting worse and worse every year. He's hitting 150 right now. He isn't doing anything. But that's the point. It's like, we still have Yandy Diaz, who won the batting title last year, and he's hitting 250. Like, it's just all the players we do have that should be our guys are not doing what they're supposed to do. Our pitching is garbage, just straight garbage. Our starting pitching, they're all on the IL. They all had Tommy John surgery. Now, a lot of them are coming back, so there is that. But our relief pitching is trash. It's just all trash right now. And then, of course, Yankee fans are like, see, that's what happens when you're the Rays. Yeah, these guys do this shit, make millions playing at the highest level and go to make decisions that bring everything to work. Yeah, exactly. In baseball, it's the only sport that I follow. The only one I care about. So, like, yeah, sure. Ooh, the Bucks won a Super Bowl a few years back. I don't care. Oh, the Lightning were like back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. I don't care. I have to follow the Rays. The Rays, which have had great years but never do anything with it. May get to the World Series twice and don't even like put up an attempt to actually do well in the World Series. It is what it is. Of course, there's more. There's another person coming up here. All right, sun going down. We should get some snakes crossing here pretty soon. Sun's about in the right spot. Let's hope for the best. What is this? This is a big truck back here. What is that? Oh, it's one of those camper vans. People live out of, their van. Those things are pretty cool. I have an RV. I got to fix it up and get it drivable, and then I might do like trips to like the Everglades and stay down there for a week. When the sun goes down. Yeah, everything gets hotter when the sun goes down. Put whatever innuendo you want in there. But do they live down by... Funny enough, I actually just watched that the other night. My wife wanted to watch SNL reruns, and we watched the best of Chris Farley. Oh, that was fantastic. Also, I did watch the Big Lebowski for the first time last night. I really liked it until the end, and it just kind of fell apart. I'm just like, okay, that was the ending of it. Okay. Like, it was good. I would definitely watch it again. There were plenty of fantastic moments. No, I get it. It's just the end was just kind of like, Yeah, it was my first time. I know. Well, you can go down to the corner before you go to the bayou. God, Raj, it's a totally different experience the first time. I'll watch it again. It was just like, I don't know. I was like, okay. Like, the ending didn't really make any sense. There was a lot more big old tiggle bitties than I expected there to be, which, was fine. It was fine. But, I don't know. I watched it for the first time like a year and a half ago. I don't know. It wasn't bad. I would definitely watch it again. I'd say I really did like it. But, the second time I watched it, immediately started laughing. It didn't stop. Yeah, no, it was funny. I definitely would like to get more in the zone, if you know what I mean, to watch it. That would probably make the experience a little better. But, no, I was laughing a lot during it. There was a lot of moments where I just wasn't expecting it to happen. And then the funny part is, like, I've seen all the memes from it. I just happened to come across it. I'm like, oh, let's watch that. Yes, John Goodman is incredible. John Goodman has almost everything I see him in, he's fantastic. Like, and the crazy thing is, the crazy thing about John Goodman is, like, when you watch him in, oh my God, what is that movie called? 10 Cloverfield Lane. He's terrifying in that movie. He is so good. He is terrifying. He can be such a terrifying presence. He just comes off, he can come off super creepy. And then you watch, like, Roseanne, and you're just like, oh, okay. John Goodman kills it and everything. Yeah, he's fantastic. Now, his voice is iconic. Yeah. No, well, no, he wasn't innocent in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Was he right? Yes. Was he innocent? No. He still kidnapped somebody and unalived another. Like, he was still a bad guy in that movie. You can be right on something and still be a complete terrible person. The ARG, what do you mean? No, I haven't. What, for 10 Cloverfield? Ooh, there's a snake. There's a snake. There's a water snake. Let me grab that real quick. Ugh. Yeah, we got ourselves a water snake. Look at him trying to act like a cottonmouth right now. That's a pretty one. Ooh, look at him. He is trying his best to be a cottonmouth. Look at the stripes on this one. Look at the stripes on him. So most people see this and they'd be like, oh, that's a cottonmouth. It's 100% not a cottonmouth, but he is trying his best to act like one for sure. Can I get him without him biting me? Got him. Dude, you're gonna break your own neck. I didn't want him to... Stop twirling. Oh, don't bite. All right. Chasing me, huh? Well, we'll let him go. Whew. All right. So we got a water snake. That was a banded water snake. And it's not, they're not venomous. Yeah, it's a very impressive cottonmouth impression. But if you can look at his head, what his head was doing, he was purposefully flattening it out. The colors were off too. But when they look like a cottonmouth in body, but their head doesn't look anything like one. And cottonmouths don't strike like that. Cottonmouths will not bite like that. They will not just launch themselves at you repeatedly. But think about this. Out of all the times I've been out here while doing these lives, I've not gotten a live water snake on camera. And that is because water snakes aren't really moving. They really depends on if it's raining or not. Well, it rained today. The humidity is up. And then we get our first water snake on the road. So that is a good sign. Hopefully that means that other snakes that really like it to be wet outside will start moving as well. But hey, we got ourselves a water snake. First snake on camera right as the sun starts to set. That was a really pissed off snake. That was a very active water snake. Jeez. And it's not that I won't get bit by a snake. I just don't like to. It's not like a fun experience, but also it's a water snake. I'm not gonna. They have some long needle-like teeth. Kenny Chesney doesn't lie, dude. What do you mean? I don't get that reference. I can't stand Kenny Chesney. Yeah, I mean, true. Some people like it because they get views from it, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, everything gets hotter when the sun goes. Oh, that. I don't like Kenny Chesney. It's kind of bland, but he got a nasty infection from a black snake bite. I mean, you can get infections. Also, water snakes have longer, skinnier teeth. Because they eat fish and frogs and stuff that lives in the water that tends to be a little bit slippery. And so when they decide to bite you, it can be, you'll get a lot of bleeders. Puncture wounds are easy to get infected. Yeah, true. No, I'll avoid it. And I mean, he was really bitey. I got some video with him, which I'm fine with. You know, not, you guys got the idea. I got my hands on him. And also, like, I've never seen one twist that far up on their body. Like, usually when I grab him by the back of the head like that, I mean, he was like, no, you're not touching me. And he literally was like trying to break his own neck. So I am not, he definitely deserved for me to let him go. I wasn't gonna mess with him that much. Basically what spear was, yeah, exactly. A really skinny little teeth on him. Yeah, he was not having it. But that was a pretty one. I like the markings on him. It was like, they get that, it was like almost like a cream color. And the bands are completely different. They'll have like even bands, and cottonmouth will have like hourglass shapes on the side. Like, or like it goes over like kind of like a triangle. Like it's more, like they have a certain design to them. The banded water snakes will oftentimes just be like straight black and white. And, you know, depending on where you get them, they'll have different colorations to them as well. They have some of them will be like reddish almost. All right. Let's see what else starts to cross. But yeah, water snakes also, they will immediately get pissed off and start lashing out at you. We get them in cottage country all the time with the type of rattlesnake. Oh, the Massasaugas. But yeah, they'll lash out at you immediately. Cottonmouths, most of them, I'd say 9 out of 10 cottonmouths won't even like bother to pay attention to you. And if they do, they're usually slow and chunky until you like get right up on them, and then they'll curl up and they'll open their mouth, but they try to run away most of the time. They're not, like that guy was like immediately trying to strike at me. Yeah, we get timber rattlesnakes in the northern part of the state, but they're you got to be in the right place, and they're definitely not a common snake to come across. But we do have them, but we call them cane brakes here, and they're beautiful. They're not like the ugly ones you get up north where they're all like black and muddled out. Come on, well, let's get something else. Let's get something else on the road. It would be sweet to get a ooh, what is this? Is that crab? I think there's a big crab on the road. Let's check that out real quick. Yeah, we got ourselves a crab. A big old crab. And he's got big old claws on him too. I don't want to be pinched by that thing. Let's see, is there anything in the tree? In the palm tree? Oh yeah, you guys from up north. This is called a palm tree. It gets that name because of the way it is. And they're everywhere here. Might do some looking on the side of the road today with for some snakes and trees. Ooh, look at that. We got a bunch of grasshoppers in this tree though. Make sure I'm not stepping on any. Oh yeah, we got eastern lubber grasshoppers in the tree here. You see them? I don't know if it's clear or not for you, but we got a few big adult eastern lubbers in that tree. Cool. All right. No, this is not a palmetto. Palmettos are right up against the ground. I don't see any right here. That's an actual palm tree, so you see how it's got the actual, I don't remember what, I think this is a, I want to say that's a cabbage palm right there. I'm pretty sure that's a cabbage palm. And then we get like sables, and we have palmettos, but palmettos are like, they only get about, you know, 2 or 3 feet off the ground. And they don't really, they're just pretty much the palm leaves coming out. And they're very short. But no, we get plenty of palmettos. Yeah, there's sables, there's there's sables, there's cabbage. Cabbage palms are the ones that people get the heart of cabbage out of. Yeah, that's what the cabbage palm is. I'm pretty sure those were cabbage palms, and I gotta get that down. But there's a bunch of different types of palms. Next to a lot of trips, so I know palm trees. And I also watch Survivor, Hulu. Oh god, yeah, jelly palms, huh? I know there's a bunch of different types. Yeah, no. Oh, there's some palmettos right there. Here, we'll walk out and I'll show you what the palmettos are. We do have some right here. Might as well show them to you. Yeah. We got some sand spurs right there. Don't want to get stuck. So these right here are palmettos. They literally, like, that's all they. Well, people think those lovers are invasive, but they are not. They are native. And you get like newspaper articles saying you should kill them because they eat your plants and everything. And it's just like, bro, they're a native animal, and you're just wanting to kill them because they eat your crops, or not even your crops, but just like your plants you got outside your house. That's ridiculous. People have a vendetta against them. More pine. Oh, there's that owl again. That's the same one from before. From the last stream that was just like landed in the road. I don't know if you saw that barred owl on screen or not, but that same one, it's in the exact same spot as the last one, so I'm assuming it's the same one. All right. Come on, let something cross the road. Let's get ourselves a snake. Nope, that's just grass coming out on the road. That one strand of grass always gets me. It looks like it's a snake crossing the road. Every single time it gets me for a second. Well, if we have a water snake cross and I found a cottonmouth before stream, feeling pretty good. The snakes that live near or in the water are going to be a little bit more active. So fingers crossed that we get a mud snake. That would be pretty sweet. I mean, I would definitely be obviously happy if there was a mud snake, but probably do another pass. See how we're feeling after that now that it's almost dark. It's dark enough. Let me get something crossing right up here. A rat snake or a corn snake, that would be cool. Get another one of them. Or I'd be fine with another garter snake. I would love to get another garter. Nothing. All right. Do one more pass. We forget to do a little darker before we go out to the main stretch. I'm hoping that, yeah, as I said, parts of these main stretches did get hit with some rain. The roads were wet earlier. So I'm assuming that means that it'll, I mean, it wasn't enough to fill up, you know, the ponds and everything that are out there. Because when it rains enough, all the areas on the side of the roads that I usually pass will be completely filled up with water. And so you'll get those water snakes and stuff crossing everywhere. They won't be just held up in like the small little areas where there is water, because the water will be absolutely everywhere. So you'll see them crossing at all random points. And I don't think it rained at this part over here, but it rained close to here. It's weird, I wasn't getting any of the chat until a second ago. When my stream bumped me out. I have bug spray on and I'm still getting bit by mosquitoes. Jesus. Yeah, I don't like bug spray. I don't like spray at all. I don't like sunscreen. I don't like putting a bunch of chemicals on my body that turn the freaking frogs, you know how it goes. But no, I just don't like the feeling of it, so I never wear it. Yes, Dust in the Wind is fantastic. Kansas is a great band. I only know a few songs by them, but every single one of them are bangers. And of course, you got Carry On My Wayward Son. And I'm the guy that they're like, oh, he just doesn't like his body, so he's wearing a shirt while he's swimming. No, I wear long sleeves because I don't like wearing sunscreen, and I don't want to be directly baked in the sun every time I go out. There's a reason I wear a shirt when I'm swimming. What? I thought that snake wanted blood. Jeez. Okay. It wanted blood, huh? I used to be able to play that song. I have one of my old Instagrams. My old original Instagram. I will be playing that song on there. I used to be a lot cooler. Now I haven't played guitar in like 2 or 3 years. I'd probably suck nuts at it, to be quite honest. The frogs are definitely really active right now. If I got bit, it would turn red for a couple minutes and not swell. It didn't. It just go away in a few minutes. Yeah, he says he fought the snake. Yeah, you know, on opposite ends of the country / in another country. That's a good idea. What are we gonna do? Oh, that's that freaking grass again. Got me. Oh yeah, that's right. Because you're white and you got sun sensitivity. Lawrence Welk, I don't know that band. I do not know Lawrence Welk. Blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. Like a long lost friend, well, I know who you are. And blow, blow from the Okeechobee all the way up to Micanopy. Oh yeah, great song. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm white as well. So the snake landed between your feet? Oh man, that owl was in the road and just flew off. It landed in between your feet and attacked you. There's only one snake I let near my pants. Wait, he's white. Let's get out of here. I'm actually not too far away from Micanopy. Owlman, yes, Owlman for sure. I'd rather be watched by Mothman. He's just watching you and waiting. Waiting for what? Who knows? But he's just watching. He likes to watch. Alright, if I come across another frog, I'm going to go out and take a look at it. There's a bunch of frogs jumping. I don't know what kind they are. I want to kind of see. Some crazy people will get you out of there in time. Owlman is anti... Oh, there's a big old possum! Oh, and he ran off the side of the road already. Man, he's already gone into the bushes. It was a big possum. Big old marsupial. As soon as he saw me stopping, he's like, I am going back that way. I think there's a white man in that car. I don't want anything to do with him. DNA's hip-hop name is Vanilla Puddin'. He carries heavy street cred in our town. Oh my God. Vanilla Puddin'. That's... I don't know how to feel about that one. No, not attacked. He tried to, but I ran to my phone and didn't get the chance. It was a scene from Fast and the Furious. I bet that's what it did. I bet it attacked you. Did it bite its tail and roll at you like a wheel? Let's see, are there any frogs over here? Next frog I see, I'm going to try to snatch him. Is that a frog? Nope. Froggy, froggy, frog. Hello, frog. Where are you? Oh. I think. Froggy, froggy, frog. Yeah, you never heard of that? One of the old, like... Oh, that frog is already out of the road. Man, by the time I see the frog, they're just trying to mad dash away, and there's no way I'd get out in time to go catch them. Yeah, they used to call them wheel snakes. And it was like an old urban legend that the snakes would grab their tail and like roll after you and stab you with the tip of their tail. I used to live in Florida, and now I'm in a different time zone. Crazy to see it's dark enough to look for snakes, but it's still daylight here. Nice. Yeah, the time zones are weird. It destroyed my kneecap. It destroyed your kneecap? What kind of weapon did it have? Man, again, the frogs are just everywhere, but they're so small they get out of the road. If I'm a DJ, it would be DJ Matty Maw. Ooh, is that a big old toad? I think I see a big toad on the side of the road. Oh, nope, that's a leopard frog. Look at the leopard frog. Ah, nope. Come. He got away. Let's see. I see something right here in the road too. Oh yeah, there's a little frog. Oh, they're little baby leopard frogs. Got him. Oh. Little leopard frog. That's cool. Let's see. Can I see anything off of the side of the road here? Anything in the trees? No. See if we can catch a snake in action real quick. There's a little bit of water over here. Maybe there's a water. Ooh, yeah, there's a little creek right here. Oh, frog right there. Let's see. All right, here we got a little creek. Anything besides a bunch of little fish. I don't see any snakes, not even any snakes above the water. Frog freaked out and jumped in. It scared the shit out of me. I just hear as it jumps in. There's a frog right on the side of the embankment right there. It looks like a little pig frog or a younger bullfrog or something like that. No, it looks like a little baby bullfrog right there. I don't see any snakes, surprisingly. I thought I'd see a water snake or something, but I don't see anything. Huh. No snakes in the trees. Let's see on the other side. Nothing. Any snakes? That looks like a Christmas tree. What is that? See if there's any snakes. I don't see any snakes. I'm sure you did. See a shadow of a guy behind me. I don't see any snakes. Surprisingly. Oh well. I don't know if you guys could hear that frog jumping in the water. He made a loud squeak and kamikazed himself into the water. All right. What? Oh, more frogs. I heard something in the bushes behind me. All right. Let's keep this train moving. Do you delete in ghosts? Do I delete in ghosts? Oh, believe? No, I don't believe in ghosts. Nor the supernatural. I do not. I do not believe in the ghosts. Although that would be sick if the whole point of this whole channel was to start doing these lives eventually and then come across a ghost and then make myself a believer naturally. And then I started doing ghost hunting. And they're like, the science has always lied to you. They don't want you to know the truth. Yes, exactly. Just to annoy the ghost so much it goes back to... Exactly. I'll just keep on talking to it. That's how I'm so white I'm glowing like one. Okay, first off, I know that's a lie. Okay, I am not a white as white ghost person. I am not that white. I am white, but if you were to look at me, most people assume I'm Hispanic of some sort. When I go up to Tennessee, open your camera's third eye and you can see them. Yeah, exactly. Most people assume, like when I go up to Tennessee, my wife's whole family was like, are you Mexican? It's like, no, I am not. I am a white man, although I may not look like a complete white man. Not that there's anything wrong with being Mexican, because there's not, but I am Caucasian. All right, actually, right before I get out on this main road, I'm going to go potty real quick. Let me pull over right here. 1 second. Of course, as soon as I do, a car pulls onto the freaking road. That's just how it happens, though. All right. I'm adopted and I only have to ask my birth mom for her, not my biological dad. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm just a mutt. I got a little Puerto Rican in me. And I'm the darkest one in my family, including my mom, who's more Puerto Rican than I am, but, you know, I'm an American. That's what I am. Why does it matter what else is in there? Yeah, no, they are very good at picking out if you got anything in you. No, I'm not the tallest. My brother is like 6'9" or something like that. He's tall. My sister's probably 5'10", 5'11". She's, well, no, not 5, but she's probably like 5'10". I'm the shortest adult male in my family. My dad's like 6'3", I'm 6'1". So I feel short, even though I know I'm not. All right. Let's get it. Where are the snacks? So we got one snake so far on stream. I'm very curious on what it's going to be like in these other parts over here, because I know that there are snakes out and about here. I just don't know if when we get to the wetter parts, I'm a little bit taller than Danny DeVito. Hell yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. It's always funny when you see people measuring things in terms of Danny DeVito. I don't know how tall he is. Of course, I got somebody pulling up right behind me. Why does that always happen? Pull off at the side of the road real quick and let this guy pass. Alright, let this guy pass. Alright. He makes everyone on It's Always Sunny seem normal height when everyone except Danny is super, super short. Yeah, exactly. That's true. It's funny because, like, I don't know, growing up the way I did and with the people I grew up with, like, I'm used to tall people on all sides of my family. So, like, to me, like, when I think of somebody, like, if I see them on TV, hey, what's up, Rage character? Whenever I see somebody on TV, I automatically assume they're roughly my height. And it's funny when most of the time they're not. I'm like, oh, they're not. Okay. Yeah, there was something in the grass on the right back there. Oh, yeah? What do you mean? There was something back there? Say, I know there's a lot of trash on the side of the road. I don't know if that's what you were referring to. All these short-minute movies. Yeah, I mean, you know, not everybody is, you know, way back. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, obviously. But, yeah, I just automatically assume people are roughly my same height. Like, I meet people for the first time, especially people like I've known online. And I meet them, I'm like, oh, okay. Is the height difference weird? What do you mean the height difference? Like a head sticking out. No, the height difference isn't weird or anything. I'm just not expecting it. As I said, when I just assume people are going to be roughly the same height as me because, like, I'm the short one in my family. Yeah, no one really cares. Like, my wife is the same height as I am. So she's 6'1" as well. I might be it depends. Sometimes I feel like I'm a tad taller than her. Ooh, that is a dead snake in the road. Is that another freaking pygmy rattlesnake in the road? Dead? Are you kidding me? You gotta be shitting me. No, that's a water snake. It's another banded water snake. Just got hit by that guy in front of me. That sucks. I thought it was a dead pygmy rattlesnake again. Well, the water snakes are moving, and I think it has to do with the rain from earlier. There's nothing wrong with the height difference. Whatever, who cares? It's all about preferences. I mean, I dated short people. And when I say short, I mean just like shorter than me. I don't care. It really doesn't matter. People who it matters to, that's just their preference, and that's okay. Everyone has preferences. There's nothing wrong with that. Damn, I was so ticked off. I thought that was a pygmy rattlesnake when I first passed it. Like 9 or 10 pygmies the other night at Ridgeland. No, yeah, I believe I just got to go out there and go cruising for some, or just, you know, I think maybe one of the reasons I haven't is because there's no service. Oh, there's a snake right there, and I think that's another water snake. All right, snakes are moving. Let's see. Yep, it's another water snake. Look at that. We get a little bit of rain, and look at this one. Look at how the reds are on it. It's been bit before. Something took a chunk out of it. We see how this guy has those bands down the side, and the bands are like a red instead of just the tan. Same species as that one that was being bitey earlier. He's hissing. These guys don't always hiss. I'm going to let him go on this side because that's where he's wanting to go anyway. Hey, bro. All right. Water snake. Look at that. So, water snakes are moving, which they haven't like the entire time we've been coming down here. So, a little bit of rain brings out the water snakes. A little bit of rain brings them out, which is kind of what I was expecting. My brother's wife and tiny petite. Yeah, it's just, it literally, nothing. It's all about preferences. Otherwise, who cares? You know, especially the height thing. I mean, there's plenty of short people who that do just fine for themselves, and it's because they don't cry about it, to be quite honest. What is that? Oh, there's a big blue crab in the road. What in the world? There's a blue crab in the road. Why is there a blue crab? I'm not even like right next to salt water here. Go that way. That's a blue crab. I don't even think there's salt water here. Weird. All right. Interesting. Interesting. A blue crab. Not expecting that. All right. When you're looking for snakes and you come across crabs, is there somebody coming? I can't tell. I think there's somebody coming. Yeah, there's somebody coming down that road. I'll let them pass real quick. In Tennessee, where I live, black snakes are moving. Yeah, I've seen a lot of black rat snakes in videos recently coming from that area. They're good to have around, and they're non-venomous. All right. Nobody coming. Let's see what else we can find. You know, so if there's water snakes moving, I'm hoping we find a lot of them. They'll go in brackets. I've seen a Wiki-Washi. Oh yeah, they're all over Wiki-Washi. But they have to. It has to be attached to salt water. So like, I just didn't know there was any brackish water areas in the immediate spot I was in. But hey, I mean, obviously that tells me otherwise. That tells me that there is, or at least we're close enough to it. Well, I guess that makes somewhat sense. But it's just funny when you're not expecting it, and you know. All right, let's see if there's any snakes crossing now. 2 water snakes. You know, of course, that dead one, which this whole time we've been doing this, not a single live water snake, and now 2 already tonight, and it just rained earlier. So I think that's telling us something. Hey, Jack. Yo, yeah, I am live again. You got a problem with that, Jack? Yeah, I'm live, of course. I'm looking for snakes. What else would I be doing? I have no life. It's very dry. A lot of their holes are dried up. They're probably trying. Yeah, possibly. Or there was that little bit of rain today, so it's like maybe they're trying to find another spot now that they got a little moisture. I don't know. But yeah, for armadillo, man, they know how to kickbox. I've heard they'll kick you like a horse. Let's hope for something good. Let's get something good. What type of snakes are you looking for? In particular, I'm just happy with anything. I would really like a scarlet king snake. Maybe a mud snake. I mean, just any number of snakes. I'd like to find a rough green snake. That would be pretty cool. I haven't found one of them in a while, but I know they're out here. Just whatever I come across. Well, thanks for stopping by, Vivo. Appreciate that, as always. Well, thank you. It's just from my phone. I need to get a better setup with, you know, better internet, but you know, it's I mean, it's good if the quality's coming through for you. That's always the important part, is you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. And for the most part, I should have good internet out here. I don't really have any issues. I'm gonna pull over. There's a car coming. Let him pass me. Or her, whatever. Girls can drive too. Yeah, it'll all come with time, exactly. I had a couple cars coming up behind me, so I'll let them pass. Of course, as soon as I do that, whatever snakes are in front of me might not make it, unfortunately. Man, I got a whole line of cars coming up behind me right now. That's pretty dumb. Let these guys pass real quick before I get back on the road. Should I turn back around and go back up that road? I think I will, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna drive back up that road that I just came down and go hit that again. It's a mud snake, please let me know. A mud snake, they live in the water for the most part, like in the mud. You'll find them under like wet logs and stuff. It's a snake that lives in the, you know, in and around the water. They only eat a type of salamander that we get here called an amphioma. It's like, it looks kind of like an eel. And there's not, I mean, there are some dirt roads here, but I know for sure I won't get service down them. You lose service down those roads, and I don't know them like the back of my hand. You know, at night it's not a good idea to go down them, and if I'm on my phone with, you know, making sure the service is good and streaming, I won't be able to tell. So I'm not going on any dirt roads right now. And yes, and they're black with red bellies. They're beautiful. Just look up eastern mud snake. Gas station nearby. Someone was pumping their gas, and a timber rattlesnake was at the pump. With my mom has not pumped there for a year. Well, I hate to inform you, but if you got rattlesnakes around, and going to a different gas station isn't going to protect you from those snakes, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just going to go back up and down this stretch of road real quick where those snakes were, because I have a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. And whenever I go back up and down those roads, I tend to do pretty well. That's something dead in the road. That's a paint stripe. Mom said she ran into a rattlesnake. Shouldn't show me a picture. It was a bull snake. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, most people, just assume every snake is going to try to kill you, or can kill you, and most of them can't, and don't want anything to do with you. And nor do people want to learn the difference, which is understandable to a degree, but it's unfortunate. And unlike something like a wolf or a coyote or a bear, people oftentimes will just blindly be like, yes, the bears don't want to hurt you at all. They won't do it. We should protect all the bears, which I'm not against that. But then they look at a snake and they're like, oh, they're all just bloodthirsty beasts. Do you know how many different species of snakes are in Florida? offhand, no. If you showed me a picture of them, I could tell you what they were, but there are a lot of species of snakes in Florida. A lot of them. And I don't know them all offhand. But I got to sit down and do like a checklist of the stuff I have found and go over that, because I think that would be pretty fun. And one of the reasons I'm doing this kind of live over, like sitting at my house and doing a stream, is because when the baby does come next month, oh my God, it's next month. Oh, that's so soon. When the baby does come next month, I will be home for the most part. I will not be out doing this as much. And I want to get this, get as much of this as I can out of the way before I can't do it for a little bit. So, you know, and things will pick up and I'll start doing other stuff, and, you know, I'll still try to do as much entertaining things as I possibly can. But there's going to be a time when I got to be at home and be a daddy. Maybe we'll do like some call-in shows and stuff like that. That's what I originally wanted the Discord stuff to be. Thanks, I appreciate it. That's what I originally wanted the Discord and stuff to be. You know, people can call in, but it never really turned into that. But we'll figure that out. But you could do karaoke. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be something? Maybe if you come in, you have to sing a line or something, or I don't know. We'll figure that. Ooh, that was not a snake. I thought it was a snake. Call-in things or questions would be said. Yeah, I'd like to do a call-in show. I used to be very scared of snakes, so I started watching Venom 20 and showed me so much, and I'm not scared of them. Oh, Venom 20 is great. I've talked to him a few times, but and he was just recently in Florida, but I guess he was too cool to talk to me about doing some herping. But he did go down south with Creature Preacher, and actually, sometime this week, I'm going to be, if you guys know who Creature Preacher is, he's mostly on TikTok. I'm going to be, actually, me and him had dinner at my house the other day. And I've met up with him a couple times before. And we're going to go do some herping here pretty soon. Knowledge is power. When you understand animals, you don't fear them, or you fear them and don't take selfies, depending on the animal. Yeah. Video game night in Discord. I do like gaming. To a degree. I just got MLB The Show 24. And I've been playing that. What snakes have you seen? So far, right before I went on stream, I got a cottonmouth. And we have 3 banded water snakes tonight. I just wanted to shoot up this way again because there was a bunch of traffic on that road. I'm about to shoot back around. I can create lots of activities. Nice. What's shell? What's that? I don't know what that is. We should all swade up on the show one day. Yeah, I love MLB The Show. My favorite. Although, recently I finished Fallout 3. That was fun. I didn't like the ending. It was kind of boring. It ended really quick. So there's that. But I'll do Fallout. Ancestors, the humankind. A movie night. That'd be pretty cool. I've been thinking about doing like Fallout 4 on stream and just playing the game through. Gotcha. New Vegas. I mean, the gameplay was a lot of fun. Oh, I have console. I have a PS4. You know, I'm a pleb. Shell, NHL. I don't watch hockey. You Canucks. Is that a racial term? Is that a slanderous word? A Canuck? What games do you play? Oh, I play MLB The Show. I love God of War. I played the first God of War game I ever played was well, I mean the rebranded one from 2018. And then I was like, I really like this. Let me try these. The other one. So I started because PlayStation had them all on the store. So I literally just played all of them over again. Fantastic. I love them. God of War is so much fun. And it's got a great story. I very much love the story aspect of it. Fallout 3 was fun. The gameplay was a lot of fun. I just like saved everything up because I assumed there was going to be a big thing at the end, and then I ended up just like, you know, at the end just dying because I just like put it in the code and I was like, I'll do it instead of making the lady do it. PS4 and PC, I still play PS4. It's just comfy in the desk and it worked. Yeah. Hello, Xenia. How are you? Yeah, no, God of War, the combat is fantastic. I want to do it on hard mode next time, like or God mode. So I did it on like the intermediate. So I'll do it on a harder mode next time. Maybe I'll start that. I just don't know how much of it I can actually stream if it like allows, because there's a lot of blood, and especially in the original ones, there's nudity. We need to get yeah. God of War. God of Pain. Oh, such a good game. I think I just had a spider crawling on me and that felt great. What happened to him? He died. Destiny 2, Monster Hunter World, Subnautica, Until Dawn, Alien Isolation, Dead Space. Nice. Boy. Yeah, fantastic games. And you care about the characters too. Like Ragnarok was so good. Ragnarok was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I definitely am glad that I got to play that. There's a lot of games I never played that I heard about, and I've started, like Fallout was one of them, and I watched the show and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll play the games. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Also, like, I mean, Skyrim, of course, Skyrim. Of course, there's a car behind me. I played Skyrim years ago. I haven't played it in a long time. I play God of War. I don't have the money. Well, if you have a PlayStation 4, or yeah, I'm assuming, yeah, PlayStation 4, you can play the original, and you have like, if you pay for the PlayStation Pass or whatever it's called, the original games are free. You don't have to pay anything for them, but you do have to play for the 2018 and Ragnarok versions. I like survival games like Conan Exiles, and I'm about to start so. Dang it, this freaking. There's something that keeps on crawling on my toes. I do on PS5, PS Plus. You have a PS5? You can't afford to buy one of those games? What? Did you get it as a gift? Is that what it is? I can't afford a PS5. I went in the other day. Valkyries were my midlife crisis. Oh, God. I didn't even do the Valkyrie part. I was like, nope, can't do that. Yeah, so I went in the other day to get the show 24, not realizing that they don't sell physical copies for the PS4. You can only download it. And I'm like, all right. And then the lady's like, but we could, get you upgraded to a PS5. And I'm like, well, how much is that? And they're like, well, it'll be like, $50 if you bring in your PS4. And I'm like, the PS5 is only $50. And she goes, oh no, the trade-in value on your PS4 will be $50. And then the PlayStation 5 is like $450. I'm like, I'm not, bro, I ain't paying $450 for a new game system. You kidding me? No. Not happening. Okay? Money don't grow on trees, bro. I already had to bite the pill and swallow it. to pay $40 to get, you know, the show 24 Insomniac Spider-Man games. Or I haven't. The last Spider-Man game I played was God, what was that? God, which one was it? The one Spider-Man 3 on PlayStation 2. It's the last Spider-Man game. That game was freaking awesome. And then before that, there was a couple of other Spider-Man games I had. Like, I had a Spider-Man game for the PS1 where, like, you work with Venom and, you know, you get Rhino and everything. There's smoke everywhere in the city. And at the very end, you fight Carnage, and then you fight Doc Ock Carnage. And, like, he's chasing you, and you have to, oh my God, it's such, those were so much fun back in the day. But when like the PS3 came out, my parents weren't big on me playing like Call of Duty. So like all my friends were playing Call of Duty and like playing online with each other. And I just was never allowed to get a PS3. So I never played online with people like that. I'm surprised you guys aren't in. I like Ark. I have Ark. Ark is just, I've spent a lot of time in Ark, but I never played with other people. It was always solo. And I just never got into the story part of it, and I just got boring after a while. Days Gone By and Last of Us. I played a little bit of the first Last of Us, but it was okay. Never got super into it. I like Jurassic Park Evolution. I never played those ones. The only Jurassic Park game I ever played was Warpath Jurassic Park. It was like a Street Fighter game, but you fought with dinosaurs. Yeah, that was Warpath Jurassic Park was great. If it was Resident Evil 4 and original GameCube. Oh yeah, I never played that, but played a lot of Smash Brothers. Daisy, I never played it myself, but I had a friend who was like obsessed with Daisy. So I've seen it, but Melee and Brawl, but I didn't like. I never got like super into there when I think it was Brawl when Brawl first came out for the Wii. I mean, everyone was into it that I remember, and biggest thing I tamed was a baryonyx, and I tamed like T-Rex and stuff. I never tamed like a Spinosaurus or anything, and I also kind of cheated because I put the tame all the way up as fast as it would go, and I would just build big traps, or fly out to the carnivore island and just fly around and lure them in the traps. And I just had like 3 or 4 T-Rexes, and I was like, I just walk around the island killing stuff, and that's all I did. I know there's like a whole like story mode and everything, but I just never really got into it. Alright. We're gonna go down, try to see if there's anything on this main part of the road. I'm hoping. I really would love to find something. I mean, at least we got a few snakes in hand. I definitely would like to have a little bit more than we have now. It'd be great to get a corn snake. A big old fat corn snake. That would be cool. You know, the funny thing is I see people with videos of them like the corn snakes standing up and like showing their bellies and everything. And the only one I've ever seen actually do that in person was actually the snake that I have now. And he didn't do it when I first got him. He did it for a little bit when I first, like, because he's my pet now. But he doesn't do it really anymore. He's kind of calmed down a bit around me, but I fed them all yesterday. I'll do some like feeding streams and stuff too, so you guys can see that. Oh, big will ringneck get? biggest ringneck I've ever seen was probably about 10 inches or so. If that. It probably wasn't even that big. No, they don't get that big. They stay small. Ringneck are rear fang venomous, although the venom is harmless to people, and they rarely ever bite. They rarely ever bite long enough to actually envenomate, but they can. Yeah, they are cute, but they eat like lizards and ants and termites and stuff. They eat little stuff. They'll also eat other little snakes too. Not many things are smaller than them, but they will. They'll eat Brimini blind snakes. What is going on right here? Oh, it's a guy pulling a boat or something. Cuban tree frogs have destroyed them around our place. Yeah, the Cuban tree frogs are a bit of a problem. Now, once I get my class 3 captive wildlife and I can start selling stuff, Cuban tree frogs, I know a buddy of mine who says that people actually will pay for them. So I'll definitely catch some Cuban tree frogs if I come across them. Although their pee is not something you want to get on your face. I mean, not that I want any pee on my face, but you don't want it. They're actually toxic. Not enough to like kill you or anything, but it feels like if you ever like pick up a Cuban tree frog, and I don't suggest you do this, but this is what happened to me when I was in elementary school. I caught a Cuban tree frog, it peed all over me, and I don't know if I didn't wash my hands enough or what, but I itched my face, and I touched the inside of my nose because I itched the inside of my nose, and when I tell you, it feels like somebody's got no, they don't smell bad, but it felt like somebody got like 2 anvils or whatever, the presses, whatever, you know, like you can squeeze them, you know, tighten them down. Felt like somebody put one of those on the inside of my nose and just kept on squeezing it. Like there was immense pressure. Nice. Awesome. What have you seen? But it felt like someone was putting immense pressure on the inside of my nose. Like somebody was squeezing my nose. It was the weirdest feeling. Hey, Nippa, how you doing? Hi, John Zoo. We are currently looking for snakes. What is that? That is trash, unfortunately. Got a few water snakes so far. Probably super uncomfortable. Yeah, it was very uncomfortable. Did not feel good, and it didn't go away for a while. Cottonmouth, pygmy, banded ribbon, and glass lizard. Nice! Not bad at all. Glass lizards, I didn't realize how much people loved glass lizards until I got into herping, and people were like, they freak out over glass lizards. And I'm like, when I was a kid, I would see them all the time in like my grandparents' backyard. Apparently they're hard enough to find in most areas that people love to find them. I find them every so often. Just depends on where I'm at. Yeah, but they're cool. It sucks because I don't like picking them up just because I don't want to break them. I found frogs and that's it so far tonight. I've only seen glass lizard once. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. Easterns, slenders. There's a few species that live here. I'm gonna pull over and let this guy pass me real quick. Have you always mainly lived in Florida? If that's not too... I have always lived in Florida. I'm born and raised here. Hey, Jack. Hey, Maddie. Yes, I have always lived in Florida. Central Florida, to be exact. Lived as far north as Ocala, but I grew up in the Pinellas County area. So like the Clearwater, St. Pete area. And I don't plan on living anywhere else. He has lived mainly in Florida as well. Oh, yes, mainly in Florida, of course. Dinner done, but nice. Same here. I'm in Volusia. Nice. Volusia. It's pretty up there. Yes, Florida is the best. It's so funny whenever I make videos and I have, you know, something bad happens in Florida and they're like, of course, Florida is terrible. Well, what do you expect? What do you expect out of Florida? And it's like, well, if you really want to go that deep, Florida is one of the best examples of conservation in the world. Many of the things that the state has done over the years has done wonders for conservation. Like, we do things right for the most part. Heron bit, boy, I was down in Florida for some bird watching last week. Got my life for burrowing owls. Nice. You know, it's funny. I talked about Florida burrowing owls a couple lives ago because I've never seen one in the wild, and you rarely ever hear about them. I almost never hear about them. And I know they're here, but again, I've never seen one in person or even heard of people talking about where they live. So I want to get in. I want to go looking for them because I know that they're here, but they're just never talked about. Thoroughly enjoys your food. Hi, Thomas. How you doing? Well, I appreciate that. I really do. Means a lot. It really does. I just like to blabber on, and for some reason people like to hear me talk, so I'll take it. But yeah, I'd like to go look for some burrowing owls pretty soon. It would be awesome to see the burrowing owl in the wild. Yeah, I'd love to see them. But again, that's like one that you forget lives here because no one ever talks about them, like, at all. They talk about gopher tortoises all the time. You know, and some of the other stuff, like some of the big names. But I think burrowing owls, we appreciate your channel so much. Thank you for what you do. Dude, I just make videos. I appreciate that, though. I do appreciate it. I'm just lucky enough that people like to hear me talk. That's really all there is to it. I'm just a dude. But yeah, I think the thing about burrowing owls and I think it has to do with the fact that companies don't want to talk about them that much. Random, but we get new resident screech owl at the Wildlife Sanctuary volunteer. Nice. I've seen a few screech owls. They're really cool. I had a family of them that lived in a tree at my parents' house. And you'd hear them all the time. Hey, Green Ranger, thank you. You didn't have to do that again, but I appreciate you. I saw them at this park in Southeast Florida. They've seen 20 owls. They each have their own protected nest throughout the park and the soccer field. That's awesome. Yeah, I think people don't talk about them because they're rarer than a lot of our other animals that live in the same type of environment, like the gopher tortoise. And gopher tortoise burrows are constantly destroyed, and there's a big issue with development when it comes to that land. And a lot of these owls live on land that is protected, and you know, the less that it's talked about, the more likely that the developers will have an easier access to those areas. That's my belief. Yeah, and Pompano and Sanibel are pretty. Sanibel's not too far away from where I grew up. Saw a great horned owl fly with a small fox for you. That's crazy. A fox, huh? Must have been a hungry owl. Yeah, we get great horns and bards all the time. I'll pull over here in a second. There's a car coming up behind me. let this car pass me. So I don't have to deal with him riding right up on me. I'm hoping this is about the area where I saw the rain on the road, or the water on the road, I should say. You said Fort Lauderdale is your favorite, Ron? It's just busy there. The farther south you go, the busier it gets. A ton of development. Not that there's not a ton of development up here, but it gets crazy. All right, where are these snakes? Let's go. It says it's 73 right now. It should be prime right now. I haven't seen anything dead on these roads right here, which I guess is a good thing. That looks like a dead snake right there. So, speaking of dead snakes, did finally come across one. Lots of development going up here in New Jersey too. Seems like every square community is built up. Yep. It's unfortunate, but that's what's happening. Tell you what, I've been in school now for a little bit, and this is the hardest class I've taken so far. It's not that the math is hard, because it's not, because it is algebra. It's not that the math itself is hard, but the teacher. Oh my God. Wait, if you do it in the morning when the sun first comes up, you'll come across a lot more. Yeah, you can. For sure you can. I did that not too long ago out here, but I stayed up way too late over the past few nights and haven't been an early bird recently. No, it's linear algebra, exactly. And part of the problem is the teacher. So the teacher's like, I don't know, like the things that she asks for, and not just the things that she asks for, but like the ways that she wants things done is just the biggest pain in the ass. It's like she wants it a very specific way to get your sleep schedule figured out before the baby comes, dude. That's super. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I'm right there with you. I know I do. I'm gonna pull over. There's a car coming. But also, there is no real sleep schedule when it comes to having a baby. And again, it's not that the math is hard, but like she's super like anal about every little thing, and like doesn't, she asks you to do stuff, but then like doesn't really give you good examples of what she wants. And it's not like I'm being taught. I have to read the stuff and get taught. She just, the way they do it on the online stuff is they just go, here, watch these videos. And that's really the gists of what you're learning, is watching YouTube videos. And I am learning stuff. Like, the only reason I passed high school algebra was because the teacher always helped. Yeah, you got a baby on the way. Yeah, I got a baby. Her name is Amelia, and she is due in early July. I have a son. I have a 5-year-old, almost 6-year-old. He'll be 6 in July. And he's looking forward to having a sister. I've had him on the channel a couple times before. What you said is true, but no matter what, if you're going to bed at 9 every night, you'll get more sleep. True. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And, you know, I don't disagree with you. I definitely need to get the sleep schedule back on track. Hey, thank you very much, Ron. I appreciate that. Seriously, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. That's a dumb question I'm not answering. Oh, my God. My wife. What do you mean? I have a wife. I am married. She doesn't like to show her face on social media that much. Yeah, you know, that's funny because when I made the Wally video, a bunch of people were calling me a Redditor and saying things like what was the term that they were using? Do the Borat line, dude. It's not. It's my wife, but oh my god, yeah. These people were calling me. Oh my god, what was it? The incel. Oh yeah, I'm an incel apparently, and I'm like, bro. I'm married. I've never had problem with women, even though I may not think the most highly of myself, but the one thing I've never had problem with is women. I've never had a problem with women. And I'm getting called an incel because I said that the Wally situation was sketchy. I was like, bro, what are you talking? Oh, you live in your mom's basement. Of course you would say that, you Redditor. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Like, I haven't lived with my parents since I was 18. What are you on about? Doesn't matter what you do, good or bad, always behave. Yes, exactly. It is sketchy. It is sketchy, though. What's sketchy, though? You really triggered some people with the Wally situation. I did trigger some people. So I haven't really talked about it because there's nothing new. But I was invited to like a Facebook page, like a secret Facebook page that talks about Wally constantly. Oh yeah, and people were pissed off about the bear thing. They were saying the same thing. Oh, we found one of the problem men. And it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, sure, whatever you want to say. I don't really get, I thought it was a silly thing, so I just made a few statements, but Wally stands be mean as Swifties. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I was invited to join this like secret Facebook group that was invite only to talk about the Wally, you know, what people think is going on with Wally. And I'm like, I joined it just because like at the time all that was going on, and the more and more it goes on, it's just like, oh, it's just a straight up hater group. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not sitting here making conspiracy theories about Wally. They're like, they're some crazy people. Yeah, of course, they just want to be triggered about something. And I even hate that word because that word gets used too much. But, like, I don't care enough. But I just think it's funny when people say this stuff just because they don't agree with what you're saying. Yeah, it's just because they don't agree with what you're saying. I'm like, okay, whatever. Of course he would look like that. You're just a Redditor. I'm like, bro, I don't even use Reddit. Exact reason I pick up bear in the woods reptile. Yeah. Man, a lot of paint. No snakes, though. While I was going to swing the election, they had to take him out. He knew too much about Hillary Clinton. I didn't even know that Wally was like the show Loki. He was the alligator version of Loki. I didn't even know that's what they used. I use Reddit and I don't think I look like an incel. Hey, you know what? That's a good excuse. Okay? Well, he does have the emails. What are you hiding, Wally? He's the reason that Trump got indicted. Yeah, I didn't know it either, but whenever you look into it, like, of course there's a bunch of puff pieces about it. But I mean, again, I don't really care. I thought you would see it their way and realize you weren't falling for it all. You weren't falling for it. They raged. Yeah. No, I was just like, whatever. Like, I don't think it's any like deep conspiracy like the people on this Facebook group think. They think like that he died or they're trying to get money out of the situation. I'm like, I don't think that's what happens. I think he got out. Well, I stole the Marvel script for Loki's, so I had to be like, oh my god. I think what happened, I think it literally was as simple as he escaped and the owner knew that he wasn't legally allowed to have him in Georgia, so he tried to be hush-hush about it and then blame somebody and tried to get the public's sympathy. But I don't think it was like a money grab or anything like that. But these Facebook groups, they are like, it's all about the money. They're trying to get money, and this is a fake attorney they're using, blah, blah, blah. And they're like obsessive with it. And like, if you're spending this much time worrying about this alligator, there's something wrong with you. I haven't made another video about it because there's nothing else to make. I've covered the situation, and that's that. Random, but I also got a life for red cockaded woodpecker in Florida. I believe they're threatened. 18-hour drive. Red cockaded woodpecker. That's an interesting one. I don't know if I know that one offhand. Red cockaded. I'm sorry, but I need it. Where's the money, Lebowski? Bunny says you're good for it. I'm trying to think of the red cockaded woodpecker, which is, I don't know that one offhand. There's so much sketchy stuff going on with the wall. Yeah, there is sketchy stuff. I just don't know if it's as deep as these people are trying to claim it is. Reminds me of the Netflix special about cat killer guy. I've heard about that. I don't fuck with cats, I think it's called. I've never looked into it. Red cockatiel woodpecker. Red cockaded woodpecker. I gotta look into that. I don't know that one. I'm gonna turn back around, go up that road again. Not a single snake on that entire pass. That's kind of nuts. I mean, there's a bunch of woodpeckers here. You get the pileated, red head, downy, red bellied. There's a bunch of different types of woodpeckers. I just don't know the red cockaded. There's nothing to look out. Only us bird nerds care. Oh. Bird nerds. You know, back in the day, there was the ivory billed. Unfortunately, they're probably extinct. I would love to go looking for one. That would be a cool thing to do, would be to go to Louisiana or Mississippi and look for them. Yeah, this kind of looks like a hairy or a downy. Awesome bird. I got to look into that. Are they only in South Florida? I've never heard of them. Slightly bigger than hairy with even less red. Gotcha. This car passed me real quick. Woodpecker shut down camp planning for a while. What, the ivory billed? Is that what you mean? Oh, they live in the longleaf pines? Gotcha. Talking about the cockaded or the ivory billed? Because the ivory billed lived in like lowland swamps and stuff. It was more of a, like, it lived in different areas than the pileated. I got a family of pileated that will come to my house sometimes. And I know they eat only, they eat carpenter ants. Literally made a whole drawing on how to tell the difference. I'll put it on Discord. Nice. Yeah, no, I've looked into it a lot, and I've watched a bunch of videos of like recent supposed sightings, and there's definitely some thought that I can believe that it's still out there. I believe the northern extent of their range is North Carolina. Gotcha. Give us the money, Lebowski. Drops Wally in the toilet. Gotcha. Oh, only talking cockaded. Again, I'll have to look into it. There's so many animal species all over the place. Like, the funny thing is, like, yes, do I look up and learn about new species all the time? I do. But there are so many different species of animals, even in Florida alone, that, like, people will mention something and be like, what do you mean you haven't heard of this? I'm like, bro, I don't know all of them. Do you know animal? Yes. They used to be endangered, or at least they had protection. Gotcha. We had a nesting parrot in my neighbor's yard and cut the tree down. Jeez. What's up, DNA? Just a curiosity. How come you don't hunt for gators since you live in Florida? I have hunted for gators before. Before I had this channel, I used to do fishing stuff, and I think I did a video where I went hunting gators in Orange Lake, which is north of Gainesville. I pulled some tags for them. I went out in a little John boat, like a 10-foot John boat with 3 people. We had multiple spears, large fishing rods, all that stuff. And we saw a bunch of them, but it couldn't get close enough. We didn't have a motor, we just had paddles. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning, shining the light everywhere, seeing them all around us in the middle of Orange Lake, and weren't able to get any. But I haven't applied for tags in a while. I'm not against it. I'd absolutely love to do it. But it's expensive. It's like $250 if you get pulled for them. And you have to have the gear to do it too. Yeah, they get tags for it. It's just like if you're getting pulled for like deer or anything like that, you know, it's a quota permit. So you apply for a bunch of areas, and like you either get pulled for the county, a certain lake, a certain river. Like you have to, and you can only hunt in those spots, and it's very complicated. And also I could technically take any size gator. Like it could be a baby, it could be a 12-footer. It doesn't matter. But I couldn't get close enough. They would just dip down before we got close enough to even get, you know, hooked up into them. And we had a bang stick and everything. And there's a lot of specific ways to hunt gators. You can't just like go out and kill one with your bayonet. No, you have to use a rod and reel or a bow. And then you have to use a bang stick to kill them. You can't just like, it's not like in swamp people. People think that you just go out there and put a trap out there and shoot them. No, that's not how that works here in Florida. You have to use a rod and reel or a bow, and you bring them to the boat, and you can't do it on land either. You have to be in a boat. Have you ever eaten gator? Oh, of course I've eaten gator. I've eaten plenty of gator. Gator's delicious. I'm not against hunting them. I'm not against hunting. As long as everything's done right, I'm not against anything like that. And then you have to use a bang stick to kill them. You can't just like shoot them with a pistol or something. It's because they hire people who have history of being charged with animal abuse. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the way they do it on swamp people is messed up for sure. Or they taste like chicken. They taste way better than chicken. I would compare gator to a mixture of lobster and calamari. So chicken, well, I mean, what I mean, but like if you have gator tail or gator nuggets, it's going to taste a lot worse than if you have like a gator backstrap. Gator backstrap is a lot softer than the tail is. The tail is the toughest part, and the tail is, if you make gator nuggets out of gator backstrap, you deserve to go to jail. It's as simple as that. Gator backstrap is one of the best tasting meats there is. You can grill it and all, but it's very firm. But it kind of has the consistency of calamari. You know, it's a little chewier. Yeah, that's something, and you know, depending on how you cook it. But it's I mean, it definitely is a little bit firmer than fish for sure. It's more like I don't know how to explain it besides that. Like it's got a little bit of a chew to it, but it's delicious. Make some shoes and belt out of that gator. Yeah, you can. I know people who do. Yeah, but no, a gator is fantastic, especially if it's done right. And it's not like, I mean, whenever you go to a restaurant and they serve gator tail, that's like the worst part of the gator. And it's not even like it's bad. It still tastes good. But it's just like anything. If you have to bread and fry something, it's not as good as you make it out to be. It took me on the woodpecker identity thing I made in Discord. Nice, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, if you're not in the Discord yet, the link is in the description below. We'd love to see you there. But yeah, that's the thing about when you get it from a restaurant, it's going to be if you eat anything that is just like a nugget, if you make gator nuggets, if you make fish nuggets, it's because most of the time that's like, I mean, that's the cheap, like that's the worst way to do it. It's gonna taste different than it should taste. If you have to eat a fish by making it into nuggets, I don't think it's that good. I want to be able to eat the thing without a bunch of breading on it. Going birding, Jersey Saltmarsh some more. Nice. Fried gator is tourist. Yeah, fried gator is tourist stuff. I mean, it's good. I've had it, but it's definitely tourist food for sure. Supposedly sushi is safer if they live in saltwater, so you're gonna make croc sushi. Yeah, I don't know much about that. I think that's, I mean, one of my favorite things I've ever had was right on a sushi wise. It was about 85, 90 miles off of Clearwater Beach, and we came across a school of blackfin tuna, and we ended up catching one, and we literally cut it up and made sushi out of it right there. Literally, like, cut it up, killed it right away, and then flayed it up, and it was the best thing ever. All right, where? And nothing's really crossing tonight. It's surprising, to be quite honest. Jersey Shore, you gonna find a wild Snooky? Snooky wants smush smush. This person is right behind me, of course. Trying to let them, yeah, go past me. You don't have to ride up on my ass, bro. Go around me. This dude is literally, look at this. This guy is right up on me right now. Like, he literally sped up. It's a guy in a Jeep. Go around, dude. Go around. Go. Yeah, thank you, dude. You can go around me. I'm going 40. No, I'm not going to brake check him. That's how you get shot. He finally went around me. Literally, I'm going 40, and I was pulling over on the side as far as I could, and he literally was right up on me. Go around and say, exactly. It's so dumb. There's no one around. Like, look at this. It's a straight road. It's not like you can see for fucking 3 miles. There's no turns. There's nobody coming. I even rolled down my window and put my arm out it and waved him past, and he still was just right up on me. That's why I pull over. So dumb. That's why I pull over on the side of the road, and yet people do dumb shit like this. Are you from Jersey, Ron? Jersey Shore birding is the best. I've never been to New Jersey. To Jersey. Very difficult situation. God, that was a fantastic show. The Sopranos, fantastic show. One of my favorites, by far. I wish I could not drive because of the stuff, but it's necessary, yeah. No snakes. Man, I'm surprised the Pine Barrens is really good for herping, I heard. Yeah, I've heard the Pine Barrens has a lot of cool stuff. You got the northern pine snake up there. Polly was, I'm sorry, but Polly, I was hoping they'd do him in so many times. He was one of the ones I hoped they got rid of, but they never did. What is up, snakes? Why are you not showing yourself? I was hoping to find more Pinewoods litter snakes, but I've only found 2 in the last few months. On this road, I found my first ever Pinewoods litter snake here on this road that I'm on right now. Then it was like a year or two. I flipped one once, and then when I was live not too long ago, I found 2 on this road again. Their musk smells honestly kind of good. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, the Russian was pretty good. Or turning this chat into a birding app. Nothing wrong with that. To this day, no one ever knows. Yeah, I thought the Russian would turn into something, but I'm like, oh, he's going to come out of nowhere and take one of them out, and he never did. Was very surprised in that. But yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with turning this into a birding chat. It's an animal channel. Talk about whatever you want. Hey, Vivo, how you doing? It's not the worst mouse I can imagine. Yeah, and yeah, no, it was yeah, they're cool snakes, and they're rear fang venomous as well. I mean, it's nothing to hurt people, that can hurt people, but I know they're part of a family that is like extremely toxic though, and most of their families from Central and South America. Yeah, I don't remember the exact genus or whatever it is. But yeah, that whole group of snakes, they have some very toxic individuals down in South and Central America. And like the pine woods litter snake is the northernmost part of that whole genus. Yeah, they're colubrids. I just don't know what the genus is or family or whatever. I gotta get the taxonomy stuff down. I always mix up a clade or family or genus or whatever. I always get that mixed up. Going down to Ocean City tomorrow, Ron. I love going to Tuckerton too. Nice. You are a bird. I am a bird. Bagok. Yeah, but they also, their musk is like orange. It's like a dark orangish color. Like a brownish orange. It's weird. And it's kind of sticky. I'm like D and it's always sunny. I don't know who that is. I thought it was Blood the first time. It must have. Oh yeah. I don't know the difference. I'd have to look into it. My favorite bird is blue heron. They're awesome. Yeah, we have blue herons all over the place here. I think. Let's see. I think. The difference between the Texas and the Eastern, I'm pretty sure the Texas has more black in the red. Like they have more black speckling, so it's like there's just a lot more black in mixed in with the red. I think that's one of the ways. Got another car coming and I'll go. I'm pretty sure that's the difference. Like that's one of the ways you can tell instantly between like a scarlet king snake and a coral snake is that the coral snakes, the reds will have blacks mixed in with them too. God, of course there's another car coming. Pull off and let this car pass real quick. Oh, and he pulls over. I believe it's a scientific name for a pine woods litter snake. Gotcha. Yeah, I got to get better with the scientific names. I'm not the best at it. Observed a pair of turkey vultures last week, quite large ones. Evening, everyone from Politos, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. Oh, well, hello, Brazil. I'm sure it's beautiful there, and I've heard about the floods. Is everything all right? Nest of green herons watching the floods, hilarious. Yeah. Here's hiking snake with the suitcase to pull up. Yeah, waiting for it too. Wouldn't that be something? Do you guys watch any Windigoon? And if you have, do you watch his podcast he does with Papa Meat or Meat Candy, whatever you want to call him, Creepcast? If you have, my absolute favorite Creepcast by far is Left Right Gang. That was a fantastic one. That is the best one they've ever done. Not, yeah, you're right. Rodine, is that Rodine? Rodinia? Is that what it is? Yeah, I'd have to look up what the rest of the species in that genus is. How far is the baby? Well, about a month. July 7th is the due date. I think so. Not the best with saying scientific names. Yeah, I think it would be Rodinia. Or snake, or king snakes and milk snakes, the same thing. No, so they're both part of Lamprepeltis, which is the genus. And milk snakes are like a smaller version of king snakes to an extent. I mean, they're Lamprepeltis as well. I believe. Wait, milk snakes are Lamprepeltis, right? Or is that just king snakes? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they're all Lamprepeltis. I know king snakes is Lamprepeltis. I don't know about milk snakes though, so actually don't quote me on that. They're related, but they're not the same thing. Yeah, they're very similar. Scarlet snake and scarlet king snake are different too. Yes. So a scarlet snake, I don't know what family they're in. Scarlet king snakes used to be called Florida milk snakes or scarlet milk snakes or something like that, but they were branched in with king snakes as well, so they are also Lamprepeltis, and I believe they're the smallest species of king snake. Anyone have heard of skinwalkers? Yes, I've heard of skinwalkers. I don't believe in them, but yes, I've heard of them. This guy passed me real quick. As the floods increased, a lot of native snakes came out of their habitat and appeared near houses and gardens. Those includes like southern racer snake. Well, I mean, if you're a herper and like snakes, I'm sure that was a great thing, but I can't imagine the floods are a good thing. I wouldn't want to be caught up in the floods for sure. Do I like what? I'm really interested in far snakes goes, how far we can use their venom for medicinal purposes. That's really interesting. You know most about snakes. Yeah, I agree. Hey Nippa, how you doing? Oh, did you just become a member? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. King snakes are in the Lamprepeltis, and milk snakes are Lamprepeltis lapsios. Oh, gotcha. So they are Lamprepeltis. The turkey. Do I like the turkey? What turkey? And did I miss something about a turkey? Come on, give me something. Anything. Oh, in the Discord. I can't check the Discord right now on stream, but I'll check it as soon as we're done. Hi, Jimmy. How are you? Jimbo James Jimmy's son. It's a proper fucking juicer. Make you gotta see it later. I'll take a look at it. A proper juicer. That is an interesting term. I even used one of the original emojis. Yes, nice. Do you have a favorite herping moment? Finding my first pine snake was probably one of my favorites for sure. Well, I mean, my only pine snake so far. It was a very, very good. Ooh, look at who came to join us. What's up, bro? Armadillo. Yes, another armadillo. He didn't let me get close to him that time. He was prepared to kick. No, it was an armadillo. Did see a possum earlier, I just wasn't able to get on camera. Yeah, he was ready to do what needed to be done. I think that was a dead snake in the road. Let me see. Is that a dead boy? Nope, it wasn't. It was just a piece of paint. Always getting me those paint stripes. Yeah, very funny looking dog. Armadillo. All right. You didn't think that shame any snakes would live? I mean, he might not have. He might have heard me fat shaming animals. He says, "Look at yourself, kick." Yeah, there's no snakes to fat shame so far, which is weird. Like, I'm surprised that it just died. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. Man, I thought right off the bat with how it went, things were pretty good, but I guess it cooled down too quick or something. I mean, not even a ribbon snake tonight, which is kind of odd. Usually there's a ribbon snake or two, but nothing, not even dead stuff. I gotta make a fat, what is it called? A fat cottonmouth emoji, just like a blown up cottonmouth. And then a armadillo doing like bucking like a horse, for sure. I'll get those emojis made up tomorrow. I should have done that already, but that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's get like a fat cottonmouth and instead of a bucking bronco, it's a bucking armadillo. Redditor cottonmouth. Oh my gosh. You must be a Redditor. Of course you look like that. I'll work on drawing right now. If you, hey, sure, go ahead. If you want to draw them up, go ahead. That sounds like a good idea. I'll definitely put that in. See, I can do some basic editing, but I'm not great at it. It was funny for the longest time. Like, I'd think of something that I thought was really funny, and then I would put it in, and I'm just like especially on like TikTok, when especially earlier on, whenever like my videos would do, really well or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. You're right about that. This is a Discord. But it was funny because I would like put like an hour into editing like a little segment that I thought would be funny. Sure, yeah, whatever. Post them. We'll get some more emojis and stuff in there. Maybe try to get some GIFs and stuff made too. But I would like put hours into making like a little scene that I thought was funny. Like in my head, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be hilarious," and then I would upload it to TikTok or whatever, and it would get no views. And I'm like, I just spent so much time making something funny, and nobody thinks it's funny. I don't know if it was because of the way the TikTok algorithm works. Like, if you make it on TikTok, it feeds better than if you just straight up upload it. I saw your post about dolphins bullying baby manatees. Yeah. And I found that today. I literally was just looking up animal-related news and scrolling through a bunch of stuff, and I found that, and it was like a full-on study. It wasn't even just like a newspaper article. Like, there was a full study about it, and I'm like, yeah, of course the dolphins would do that to the poor baby manatees. Dolphins got to remind us how much of an asshole they are. They got to tell us, and people don't believe us. They never believe us. Like, you know, people be like, well, humans deserve to get bullied and stuff by dolphins. You know, we don't care. But yeah, exactly. Exactly. The laser eye, glowing red eye dolphin. Yep. But yeah, I don't get that about people. Like, they're like, oh, the dolphins, they, you know what, they kind of deserve to attack us. We're assholes, whatever. And then you get them bullying a manatee, and then it's like, oh, that's too far. My ex wants to call because she's having a baby or bad day. What should I do? Well, sounds like you might have a good day if you listen to her bad day. Maybe. It depends on how bad of a ex she is. It's never a bad idea. You don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't know your situation. What about the fish that's swimming in circles? Oh, and then, yeah, again, I made a video on that because, like, they come up with an update and they're just like, we don't have any idea what's going on. I'm like, but what about all those other times where you've said that it could possibly be ciguatera poisoning? But, like, some articles talk about it, some articles don't, and now they're saying they don't have any idea. And it's like, bro, what do you mean you have no leads? You've said you have leads about ciguatera. It just, none of it makes sense. I don't know what's going on with that. Jack, don't listen. Jack, you got to leave it be. It just depends. It depends on the situation. Hope you find something good that ain't venomous. I'd love to find a venomous snake. I found a cottonmouth earlier. It's in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, you know, links in the description below, of course. But, and what I mean to say by that is, I ended it for, oh, if you ended it for a reason, yeah, then tell her to take a hike. It just depends on your situation. But if she's just trying to weasel her way back into your life, don't do it. How many venomous snakes are in Florida? Medically significant venomous snakes. You have eastern diamondback, pygmy rattlesnake, timber rattlesnake, cottonmouth, copperhead, coral snake. So 6 medically significant, you know, that could actually, you know, do some damage. If you're talking about snakes that are venomous, but people don't even realize they're venomous because they just can't do anything to people. You got pinewoods litter snake, ringneck snake, hognose snake, both the eastern and the southern, garter snakes. So that's 5 more. I think that's about it. Are people still getting bit by coral snakes? No, they rarely ever do. No one really gets bit by them. Jack, she is your ex for a reason. She's not. Yeah, Tantilla. I don't think Tantilla are venomous. I don't think so. That would be like the crown snake, right? Yeah, I don't think they're venomous. Be aware they might be poisoned. Poisoned? Who might be poisoned? And you got Masasagas. No, we don't have Masasagas. We have pygmies, which are in the same genus, but not Massasauga. Utilities, not, oh my god, unless it's a very bad day, such as death or horrible event took place. Yeah, I mean, even then, I don't know, that's a bit, it just depends on the situation, I guess. Snack, yeah. Yeah, I will cringe every single time I hear Danger Noodle, though. I cannot stand that. That is the most, I don't like that. Not a single thing crossing right now. Oh, you have Masasagas, yeah. Black runners are scary enough to be venomous. Black runners, I don't know what that is. Pretty positive on the Tantillas. Hey, you know, that you might be right on that. I'll have to look into that. I don't know enough about them, so you might be very right on that. Yes, and Euros Brothers. Euros Burros? I don't know what that is. Poodle noodles. Oh my god. Yes. You ever been smacked in the face by one of those? Not many noodles I want to get smacked in the face with. Definitely not those ones. Tell me something good. Finding anything tonight, just got here. Right as it got dark, well, right before I went live, I got a cottonmouth, and then I got two banded water snakes, and it's been crickets ever since. Black runners are big black snake that will chase you that we have in Mississippi. Oh, black racers. Oh, it's probably what you're talking about. Chase. Have you ever been chased by one? As much as I don't want to say that that's not true, I don't think that's true. If we're talking about the same species, they definitely don't chase you. Imagine you find Osama bin Laden. I mean, maybe he floated down all the way over here. Of course, I got smacked in the face like Brazilian spider web last night. Oof. That doesn't sound good. Man. Nothing. Oh. Look at that. An armadillo. We're gonna go fat shame this guy real quick, or is he gonna run across the road? He's already ran across the road. He's already gone. Another armadillo. I don't know. Just hearsay. Yeah, it's probably just hearsay. I don't know of any snakes that will actually chase you. Last night we got rain, so ran out corn. Got off the road too fast. Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I went out, because it rained here earlier today. The water snakes were moving earlier, but not now. Dio Warcorn. It's always frustrating when that happens, but it does happen. Oh, when I got off the live last time and I put it in the Discord, ooh, there was something dead there. I don't know what that was. It was unfortunate, but like I was on my way home after I got off the live, and I came across a couple snakes on this main part of the road up here, and ended up getting a scarlet snake. Literally, I was driving 80, and I saw it wriggling on the side of the road, and I was able to stop and run out and grab it. Do runners chase their prey? All ambush predators. Well, I mean, I'm assuming he's talking about black racers. They're just like coach whips and any other racers from around the country. They chase their prey. They're very active. Yeah, they chase prey. They're very active. They're looking. Oh, I thought that was a snake, but that was paint. A lot of people say cottonmouths will chase you, but cottonmouths do not chase you. That is a myth. They choose a direction they want to go, and they go. And if you just so happen to be in the way of that, it looks like they're chasing you. And from my experience with black racers and coach whips, and all of my experience with them, they try to get away from you, and if you corner them, they will strike at you. They will come at you and try to bite you, but only if they don't feel like they have a way to go. I've never had one chase me, though. I've had them stand up and be pissy, but that's about it. There's literally tons of videos on YouTube to prove that they want to run after you. Yeah, everyone says that they'll chase you, but then there's never actually proof. They just say, oh, my granddad, what the there was just a lady standing on the side of the road right there. If you're in between cotton and water, they'll go right over your feet. Yeah, they don't chase you. They just look for somewhere else to go. Now, main road is over. I'm going to stay on for another minute as we go down this road because I had luck on here last time. So I'll drive a little slower than I normally do down this road, but we'll see. We'll give it another minute. See what goes on. After she started running after you. Yeah, that would be freaky. I thought at first she had no arms, but she was on the phone with her arms crossed. I haven't seen any mud snakes lately. I haven't seen any mud snakes. Oh, well, I know where you're from, there's more mud snakes than there are here. Mud snakes I rarely ever find them. But I know in different parts of the country, they're a lot more common. Do black mamba chase you? I assume it's roughly the same thing. If they feel threatened, they will bite, and they're not afraid to. But I'm pretty sure they're not chasing you down if you're running away from them. But I could be wrong. But I don't know. I see lightning out in the distance. You guys probably can't see it on the camera, but the sky's just very lightly lighting up. Unless World War III started, and I just didn't know. Let's see. Any snakes? I'm going to give it another minute to see if anything's crossing, because I saw a few snakes crossing even where I'm at right now. Just like literally, like I was going 80, and I just see a snake crossing the road, and I couldn't turn around in time for it. Kobe will chase you down. Oh God. Mamba, I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Exactly. War of the Worlds. Oh God. It started and I didn't even know. The coach whip gave me a wet willy. Ooh, that sounds like I don't need to know about your secret life like that. I love coach whips. They're a lot of fun. They're beautiful snakes. And funny enough, they play dead. And I had one as a pet for a little bit. They're very intelligent. You can see them, like, they'll stare you down and watch you. And there's only a few snakes that I've ever seen actually do that. The only other one that I've seen besides coach whips to do that, I went to a guy's house who had a forest cobra. And when I tell you that forest cobra was eyeing me, and as I moved, it would move its head, and it was just watching me. And I could feel its eyes watching me. That was a very intimidating snake. And that snake can definitely put you down as a statistic. You have something flying around inside. I think it's just because I'm driving fast. You probably hear the outside. I don't hear anything else. Captivated by movement like a king cobra. Yeah, I mean, it might be. He literally would just, like, inside his little box hide with his head sticking out, but, like, he was barely moving. It's not like he was standing up looking at me back and forth. He literally just, like, you could see his eyes following you. He didn't just stare straight ahead like most snakes would, like, oh, there's a couple of flies in here. But literally, like, his eyes would follow me, and he would just barely move his head. I know he was staring at me. It was crazy. Well, I don't think anything's really going to be moving right now. It just seems like a very dead night. Well, not much going on. That was a dead snake, though. But I haven't seen anything moving. Anything alive, that is. Everything. Yeah, it's been weird. Had some luck right before the sun went down. Maybe it didn't rain enough. I don't know. If they ate bigger mammals, it makes sense. Maybe. I mean, it was a pretty decent sized snake too. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Seriously, it's been a fun stream. If you have not joined the Discord yet, check that